Hey, just wanted to pop in with a quick tip. And actually, I'm also going to recommend a book if this is something that intrigues you and you're more interested in maybe applying to your business. I want to ask, how many of the communication mediums are you using in your company to help you ensure sales, really solidify the purchasing experience and affirming that your customers made the right decision, but maybe most importantly, actually making the experience on the backside so incredible that they are returning customers, referring customers, and all those kinds of things. We often overlook some really great opportunities to communicate things like our messaging or the value we bring or what to expect. And we also need to think about it as it relates to or from the perspective of our actual customer. So in person, how can you show up in person and create an experience when maybe they're just a prospect, or showing up to affirm that they made the right decision if they're in that purchase phase? Or if they're in post-purchase, how do you show up in person, create an experience that helps them really be willing to, or gives them the tools to share how great it is to work with you? Email is another one. Obviously, that's a good one, but it's often overlooked or it's not utilized really well and really authentically if we're not thinking about it from the customer perspective. Another one that can get you incredible value these days because so many people aren't doing it is mail. Sending that thank you note in the mail to affirm that you appreciate them trusting you and, making that payment, confirming that they want to work with you. A simple handwritten note can do wonders, and people love to get stuff in the mail. Just ask my kids. Phone. Picking up that phone to reassure somebody, check in with how their process is going, what their experience has been, or if they have any questions about making that decision, obviously can be incredible as well. Especially in this day of so many emails in our inbox, show up and call. But if you're gonna show up in email or other ways, another great tool to use is video. And this is so overlooked, but we can do a lot of things with video to help affirm the decision that they made, maybe introduce them to teammates, maybe pass them off to the next phase of the journey. And then lastly, another medium that we can use to communicate is gifting. Now, depending on the industry, some of you may be in industries where this is tough because there's restrictions, but don't overlook the power of gifting. Just do it right, do it authentically. I always advise my clients to stay away from too much branded stuff that's your own brand. Think about them. Just the other day, in fact, I have a client who spends time at her son's flag football and her other kids' events. They love to go camping. They go to car racing activities. So what do all those have in common? She needs a great, comfortable chair to sit in. So I sent her and her spouse really great rocking chairs that are collapsible that I had seen at some events. And I thought how cool those were, and I would love to have one, but I wouldn't buy one for myself. So I sent that to her just to acknowledge that I appreciate her, I'm listening to her, and I'm seeing her. And it's probably going to be a great thing because we're moving into the next part of our relationship, and it just affirms that identity that they're important and I'm paying attention. So don't underestimate the power of gifting. If you want to dive into this more and apply it to your business, a really great read is Never Lose a Customer Again by Joey Coleman. He actually talks about all these methods, and he breaks down 8 phases of the customer relationship that fall into those categories of pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase, and really gives some great examples of how you could use this in your business. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next week for another quick tip.